Welcome everybody, LevelMDiecast, big O episode 45, Diecast haul episode, last one of the year. Before we move into 2024, I do have a ton of stuff. I actually had to throw some stuff on the screen because there's just no space. Pretty much everything in this haul is going to be premium for the most part. So we're going to start with some Maisto. They are going pretty hard in the paint with the Bronco. They did have one for the Elite Transport, which was in green. We already pulled that up. Found this one right here with the trailer with the ski boat on there. So we're going to get this one cracked. Get this guy out of here. Get our ski boat pulled out. Get the Bronco out of there. There we go. So there is our Bronco. So Maisto definitely going hard in the paint with the Bronco, especially with the premium stuff. This one in just basic blue, which looks pretty good. Does have, of course, rubber tires on there. Details on the back look pretty good. Got your Bronco logo and all that good stuff on there. Tow hitch is on there, which is added on with a screw, so you can always take it off if you don't want it. This is the boat, ski boat trailer. Does have an engine on the back here, and this actually does move left and right a little bit, which is kind of nice. The boat does come off very, very tightly on there, but the boat does come off. It's more of a appropriately looking trailer, you know, kind of a frame lattice kind of style. Greenlight, talked about Greenlight the other day. They don't really do that, so if you take the boat off, it looks a little bit weird. But this one looks perfect. Looks exactly like it should. A little bit integrated stand in there. Looks pretty nice. Just hooks right on there like that. Looks good. Does what it's supposed to do. Nothing fancy. Nothing less. This is another new one I found. This is with the camper trailer. This one in black. This one looks like it might have the Badlander trim. Let's take a look at the deco and get this out. So these are pretty cool. I did pick these up from King Soopers, which is my local Kroger affiliate. They only carry these at the Super King Soopers, the marketplaces as we call them here. So there is the Bronco. So just the logo on there, just the Bronco logo on there. It's nothing like a Badlands or anything like that, like I thought. Exact same wheels as the other one. Pretty much the exact same kind of print style as the other one as well, just black and yellow instead of blue and black. Looks pretty good though. Details on the back again. The Bronco logo on there. The top is not removable on these, by the way. It is a plastic top, but it's not removable. And then this is the camper trailer. This trailer has been around for a little bit. There is a metal base on it, but the rest of it's plastic, so most of it is plastic. Just says camper trailer on it. It looks pretty cool, though. It's lightweight. It's definitely pretty light to hold in your hand. But it looks good. It's appropriately sized. Has a little bit of detail for some propane tanks there on the front. This looks okay. So hooked him up to the back of there. That looks pretty good. It sits a little bit up high in the tongue, which is okay. It's all right. It's a pretty good one. I mean, I like Maisto and all that kind of stuff, so kind of throw him to the side. We got a little bit of stuff to squeeze in here. Got some Majorette action. I've been struggling to get these Majorettes put together. It's really, really hard because Walmart and Target are kind of spotty when they're stocking these things, and the two closest Targets to me that I would frequent, both of those don't even carry Majorette, so it makes it a little bit more difficult than normal. We try to scoop these up. So again, just the regular box. There you go. So this was pulled directly from limited edition 10, I believe it was, which I do have right here. So that is the standard version. Sorry about that. There is the standard version with the standard wheels in the 3 spokes. And then, of course, now we get this one up here, which is a little bit different. It doesn't have the 2000 GT print on there. Definitely not as brilliant gold either. And then, of course, the step down with the rubber tires. I think the 3 spokes on the other one actually looked a little bit better. And then just the details in the back there. But other than that, it is the same between the two. So, rubber tires. I mean, I think it looks good with these wheels. But if they would have been gold, it would have been a lot better, at least in my opinion. So, we'll just throw him up there, get him up there. Found one more. This is the Chevy Camaro. This is an absolutely terrible casting. I'm not going to lie. It's a really, really not a good casting. They do have this casting in the streetcar line. There is nothing really fancy to this casting at all. It's one of their more budget castings, I guess you can say. Still has suspension and stuff though. So you still get suspension on it. Sorry about that. So, but there's just no wheel travel. But the casting itself is just not very good looking. It's like some kind of custom modified thing. I don't know if it's like maybe like a Transformer style Camaro or something. I don't know, but it looks a little bit weird. I definitely don't like this casting at all. There's Dees on the base deets. So, like I said, it does have lensed lights in the front. It still has suspension, but it's a little bit weird. Actually, not a little bit weird. It's a really weird casting. Really, really weird casting. All right, I got a Majorette Tuneups. This is from Series 2. Comes with 7 surprises. This thing was not sealed as far as like the model, but check that out. So that is your chase for Series 2, the ultra rare, which is the Bronco. So this is the first Bronco that I have, which looks very, very cool. It's gold open top on it. Looks very, very cool. It does have an integrated tow hitch on the back. Prints on the back look pretty good. Still has your Bronco logo on the left, or I'm sorry, the right there. As you can see, looks pretty good. Still has lensed headlights, which is a very interesting look for this particular model. Comes with some accessories, so we'll see what this comes with. Got a giant piece of chrome, and looks like that's it for that side. And then on this side, looks like a roof accessory. So Series 2 was all about chrome effects. So we'll get the packaging out of here. And then it comes with like a little, like a keychain edition piece on the side here. There is the Ultra Rush tag. So it is the Ultra Rough rare one. So and then it does come with a checklist in the back there. So this checklist will just go over all the other models. Just show that just real quick. Just give you an idea of the tune-ups. We've had a couple of tune-ups here and there all over the place. So there is your ultra rare one there at the top. And then you have some other ones here. The Green Hell one is pretty cool. That R8 is pretty cool. So Suzuki Jimny. Some other stuff there. Some average ones. Looks pretty good. A couple of high aces and stuff in there. Kind of a Mad Max looking Dodge Charger, which is kind of cool. So we'll get the catalog out of here. The box out of here. So the suspension parts in the bottom there. So the little holes there. That is where this accessory will snap into. So it just snaps right into the bottom. There we go. Gives you your nice chrome grille in the front, which actually looks pretty good. Takes away a lot of the ground clearance, but that looks pretty good actually. Look at that. It lines up very good and everything. Looks very, very nice. And then you have this roof accessory piece here, which is already broken. You see right out of the package, it's already broken. So it's all right. We'll just put that on the front there. That looks pretty cool. I actually like that. That looks pretty cool. That was pretty nice. Pretty happy to get that one. So a little bummed out that was broken right out of the package, but it is what it is. And then you get a sticker sheet, which just has some chrome stickers on it, which I would never put the stickers on there, but you get stickers should you want to use the stickers. All right, Greenlight. I have a couple of Greenlight models. I did not know that they made a model for customizers for the Jeep Cherokee. So they do this a lot, Greenlight does. They make these specifically for customizers so that they can make their own police decals and stuff on there. They recently did a bunch of them for like the Charger, the Tahoe, the Caprice, stuff like that. But I did not know that they made one for a Cherokee. So this was a very, very interesting come across. I'm really happy that I found this because I thought I had all of the Cherokees released thus far, which would have not have been accurate. So we'll get them out of the box. It's just plain white. There's nothing fancy with it, but it does have the push bar on the front. The light bar on the top as well. And then, of course, you can make it however you want. Whatever tickles your fancy. So it is the police version. So that is pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about that one. So we'll throw him in there. One more Greenlight I have here. Sorry, forgot how to talk there for a second. 1970 Harvester Scout. This is a brand spanking new casting from Greenlight. Did pick this up from Hobby Lobby for $8. So we'll crack this guy open. There are a few more from this series that I want, although this is the only one that I was able to find so far. So before we pull him out, I do want to get the Power Wagon and the Suburban. That's the new Suburban. So I definitely want to pick those two up. And then maybe that 88 F-150 XLT. We'll see. But I can live without the Type 181 thing. I am not a Volkswagen guy whatsoever in the least. So get the packaging out of here. Really excited about this. Really wanting to see how Greenlight would execute for this. This one does debut in white with some really nice gold trim. The gold wheels look fantastic as well. Full open top for this one. Just has a single bench in there. The bed section is separated, which is very nice. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Broken right out of the package. But that can be fixed. It can be fixed. Definitely a bummer, but that can be fixed. Not the end of the world. There is a integrated spare tire on the back, which looks good. Got some taillight prints on there as well. And then the details on the front. Has a nice big bumper in there. Got an integrated winch. Pretty cool. Details look pretty good. I mean, this one is basically flawless except for the fact that the roll bar is cracked, which is unfortunate. Take a look at the base deets. See if this is numbered. 1542 is the number. Nice and lifted up. Looks really, really good. I do anticipate they'll make some pretty standard versions of this one, which will not be lifted, which will be very, very base model, which will be cool. Be happy about that. So we'll throw him into there. Get our scissors out of the way. Did pick up this locally. So Beyonce is a brand that's mainly just in Europe, or I'm sorry, in Australia. They make a ton of Holden, HSVs, all this stuff like that. They make Australian cars. That's what they do. So kind of odd that I came across this here in the U.S., but I picked it up because this is the Maloo R8. I thought that was super, super cool to get a Ute. This one looks very, very good. It's premium. Comes in an acrylic box. There is your details there on the bottom. HSV Racing Green. Of course, it's made in China. They claim it's crafted in China, but it's made in China. So 1/64 scale. That one is pretty cool. So I like that one. It's gonna stay in the box though. Not gonna crack it or nothing like that. All right, very, very first Hot Wheels Premium for 2024. You will tell from the gold printing up here that is for the premium line that is new for 2024. It'll all be gold for like car culture and 2-packs and stuff like that. The series cars will be silver. And then, of course, you have your basic just run-of-the-mill cars, which are just whites, I think. So this is the 78 Ford Escort RS 1800 MK2 from Forza 5. So this mix has the Back to the Future train DeLorean, has the Rotson, which I've been unable to find the Rotson. It also has the a reissue of the Thunder Tank for Thundercats. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else is in the mix. There might be one other model in the mix, but I got this one because, of course, we like the Escort. Prints look fantastic, as always. Got some print on the windshield banner there. It does say Ford Escort. Kind of the leftovers of a UK flag there in the back. Of course, it says Forza on there. Not an actual, like, racing deco per se. Because, of course, it is based on, Forza and stuff like that. But that one looks good. I like that one. It's a pretty cool addition. All right, I got one Mini GT. This one was a little bit too late to the party, I should. This is the holiday version, so Christmas edition 2023. Bentley Mulliner Bacalar. This one is number 660. Normally we do showcases for Mini GTs, but there's only one. I only have one right now, so there's no point in trying to do a showcase for a single model. We just throw it in with our haul video here. It does come with the abnormal size boxes, which not a huge fan of that. So we'll get the flap open in the side. And then it's just in a double piece tray, like they always are, with a plastic piece on the top, which sometimes is snapped. Ooh, man, it was tight, really tight. Get the Bentley out of there ever so gently. So there is the Christmas edition. Has kind of a winter scene on there. It looks actually kind of cool. Kind of like that deal. Has a really nice like Christmas tree on the top. Looks good. This is a pretty cool version. Not a great model. Really good casting, but just not a great model in real life. But that one looks pretty good. I like the wheels. Wheels are pretty intense. There is your taillight deals and stuff. It says Bacalar on the plate. This one's pretty nice. This one's really actually pretty nice. So pretty happy with that one. Same side to side. Just some nice gold and black fading and trimming, which looks pretty good. So let's see here. It was in there this direction. There we go. I think it was in there that direction. Maybe this piece is in there this direction. There we go. Very, very interesting. Oh, that's definitely not right. You know what? We're just going to do this so I don't bore you guys. Just going to set that guy to the side for now. I'll figure out how he's supposed to go in there later. All right, 2-packs. This is not the last mix for 2023, but it is the second to last mix. The Evo 6, and then, of course, the 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse. I did not do a video for these specifically because I got these pretty late, and to be honest with you, it's kind of beat to death. A lot of Hot Wheels stuff gets beat to death, so I've decided to put most of that stuff just in my diecast hauls. So this is a reissue. This one came in, I want to say Modern Classics last year. So there's nothing new about this particular version. Probably going to be some shade differences and stuff like that. I do have the previous version somewhere, but I pulled down pretty much all of my Hot Wheels stuff from the display cases. So it's all in like jammer cases and whatnot. This is the money shot though. This is the star of the show. This is the Eclipse. We finally get this in a deco that does not involve the Fast and Furious for a change. This guy comes with the black 6 spokes, which looks fantastic. Just red. Black wing on there. I really, really, really like the fact that we finally get this one in just a regular deco. Looks fantastic. Very, very basic. There is the deets in the back. It says Hot Wheels on the plate. There's your Mitsubishi logo. The gloss black painted base. Looks good. So, very, very happy. That one is super cool. I think this is a really cool casting. I think they did a really good job on it. And I'm happy that we finally get it in a regular version. All right, I do have the entire mix. This is the next setup. 73 Holden Monero GTS and the 77 Holden Torana A9X. Both of these castings are tied to Boulevard. The one on the left, the Monero in orange, debuted in Boulevard. This particular casting, the A9X, debuted in Boulevard, although it was in white. So this is a new version for this package here. It says Holden on there, number 28. Kind of Marlboro style deco on this one. It says Hot Wheels on the side, number 28. Details on the front look good. It has some plate detail on there. It says SS in the grill. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. This one is super cool. I like this one a lot. Very, very nice. Very nice details on this one as well. Prints and everything look good. Gloss black painted base. Exhaust comes out the passenger side. Yes, because it is a right-hand drive for Australia. I'll just put that guy on top of the other Australia. And then this is the Monero. This is the one that debuted in Boulevard. So there's nothing new about this one. There are probably some print quality differences between the two, but the casting itself is not new. But it looks good. Looks good. A couple of black stripes on there. So kind of interesting. There's no black stripes on the hood, or the roof, I should say. All right. This is going to be, in my opinion, the best of the entire mix. The 73 BMW 3.0 CSL race car, which is a new version, and the brand new casting BMW 320 Group 5. Yes, that is a brand spanking new casting debuting here in the 2-pack. You may say, well, we've seen that 3.0 CSL before, and you have, but it was in Forza. You've not seen it in just the standard BMW Deco. So there's no Forza or nothing on there. So this is a new version. Got your Goodyear Eagles on the tires. Looks fantastic. This one is very, very good. Nice print on the front. Absolutely love this casting. This is such a good casting. This was a Super a few years ago in gold, but this one looks absolutely fantastic. Looks really, really good. Just slathered in BMW colors. BMW across the windshield, which looks fantastic. Then just a white painted base. That one is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I'll put that guy right there because I want these guys to be front and center. All right, your BMW Group 5. This is a brand spanking new casting. Hotwheels has really been building up a huge arsenal of race cars. I really hope that means that at some point in time we'll get a return of Speed Champions proper, an actual Speed Champions line, which would be nice. BMW on the back, prints all the way around, gold wheels, a little bit bigger in the back, smaller in the front, so they are offset. Looks good. Again, BMW on the windshield banner. This is a very, very cool casting. Very, very cool details. There is the base deets. S38 is the day code for these 2 packs. Those ones are pretty nice. All right, rolling with Hot Wheels Premium. Again, the second to last mix of Team Transport. These are kind of old news. Again, I recently picked these up. It's just taking a little bit for me to get some of this stuff because you just can't find anything on the pegs. This is the Mad Mike Mazda RX-3 GT and the Sakura Sprinter. Of course, we do have the whole mix. This is the mix with the Flipside Hauler and the second story lorry. Those are brand new hauler trucks. But this particular one here is existing. This is number 58. So insane to think that we are all the way up there in the number 58. I remember when these first came out, some people didn't think that these were going to survive, and now Team Transport's arguably one of the hottest things that Hot Wheels makes, which I think is deservedly so. Always have a little piece of plastic in there to keep the car from getting shoved into the truck. So we'll start it off with the actual RX-3. It does come with the black Steelies, which looks pretty good. Of course, this is based on Mad Mike's RX-3, obviously. This one looks pretty good in orange. It says 123 on the side. I like the big black over fenders. Prints on the front look fantastic. Very good details on this one. Prints on the back. This one seemed to be the only one that I ever did sort of kind of find on the pegs every once in a while. But I was trying to order a case of these and it just didn't pan out. So luckily I ended up getting lucky to find a case of these stocked. So there is the Sakura Sprinter. I really like the fact that the base is black on this one, which is very, very cool. It's typically like a lighter color, sometimes chrome. Prints on the front look good. There's your Mad Mike logo. Mad Mike Motorsport, Mad Lab. It says 123 on the side. Hot Wheels Rotiform, NGK, K&N, and of course Toyo tires. And again, the whole back of it is plastic. Does have some print for the taillights. It does hold the model just fine. So throw the model in there. We'll call it good for Mr. Mad Mike. All right, next one up is the Di Tommaso Pantera Group 4 that did debut in Boulevard. This is the first recolor outside of Boulevard. And of course, the second story lorry, which is a brand spanking new hauler truck. So it's about time we get some new haulers. Hot Wheels has been a little bit taking their time on that aspect of it. So there is a piece of plastic in the back here to presumably keep the car from moving. So it's going to take a little bit of finagling. There we go. Get the plastic piece out of there. There we go. All right, so this is the second story lorry in Gulf. This is, like I said, a brand spanking new casting. This one is definitely Euro style for sure. 100% Euro style decoed up. This is a hollow section in there, so there's not like tools or anything behind there. That's just hollow to hold a car in there. Some print on the top for the second story, of course, because it is a second story lorry. There is Gulf on the back. It's got some taillight prints on there as well. Orange Steelies on there. Looks pretty good. There is your base deets. The base is plastic, which is definitely not common. We normally always get a metal base, but that is interesting. So this interesting model, this doesn't do anything. Like, The top of this does not do anything. It doesn't move. It doesn't rotate. You can't move it down. It literally doesn't do anything. It is completely fixed. The ramp here does what you expect it to do. So it does come down. It's supposed to come down. There we go. So it comes down like that so that you can load the model up. So try to move some stuff out quick and try to see what we're doing here. So it does go down so that you can put a car in the bottom. So it holds a car in the bottom, and then you can always put a car or two on the top. You might be able to fit 2 cars at the top. But the top doesn't move. So I'm looking at this. Yeah, and the top is fixed. So the top doesn't move. I thought maybe they would make it to where it would pivot down or something. But this is all metal. So these side pieces here are all metal. The little pins that hold the ramp are metal. The ramp itself is plastic, but those pins are metal. I do worry that this is just going to get scratched up as you use it. I think that this part probably should have been plastic as well, but that's just my opinion. But that is the second story lorry. Definitely more of a display. You definitely can't really use the top unless you want to, be a kid and use your imagination. So there is the Di Tommaso. This one looks absolutely fantastic in Gulf racing, I'm not going to lie. Pantera across the windshield looks fantastic. Number 69 on the side. This is Di Tommaso there in the back. There is the logo. Black wheels on this one looks really, really good. There is the Dietz on the back. So very, very, very cool. It looks like it has an opening hatch, but that is not an opening hatch. It's just the way that the model is put together, unfortunately. But it looks good. Prints on the front look good as well. That one is pretty nice. So we'll stick him in the bottom. There you go. And we'll slide him to the side there. And then the one model that pretty much everybody is all heads over heels for, which it's 2 per case, so that helps. This is the LB Silhouette GT Nissan 35 GT version 2. Such a ridiculous mouthful. And then the flip side hauler. That one looks pretty good. Sometimes these have been assembled with the wrong door on the wrong side, and people are like, oh, it's an error, and it's just, the door is just assembled on the wrong side. So, I'm going to get this guy open. This one is very heavy. This is probably just as heavy as those 2 haulers together, so I assume there's going to be a lot more metal in here than it looks. Nice plastic piece on the side there to keep everything from getting scratched up. So, we'll get the truck out of there. Get the piece of plastic out of there. Get all this plastic out of here. Plastic, plastic, plastic. All right, we'll start off with looking at the actual Nissan itself. This is not a new casting. This was in the main line for several years. They finally just ported it over to premium. There is the Dietz in the back. Of course, this is a, pretty much the most iconic deco for this particular body style. They also did this for the S15, just the white with the yellow electric slide type decal on the side. 6-spoke wheels on this one, looks pretty good. Black painted roof. This one does have lensed headlights, which is a pretty rare thing that Hot Wheels doesn't really do, but this one got it. There is the Dietz in the front, looks pretty good. It's nice to get this model in premium for a change. I think it was overdue. And then there is the base Dietz there. S37 is the day code. All right, so this is the truck. This is the cab part. This thing is pretty heavy. So all the white you see is metal. Again, it's all weighted in the front. The base is metal as well. So this is just called the Modern Tractor Trailer. So they call it a flip side hauler in the box, but underneath here is just called the Modern Trailer. Now, one of the things that I want to point out before we go any further, you see that tow hitch there in the back? So I just so happen to have one of the Matchbox convoys that I just did the other day. And for all those people who have been asking me time and time again about the hitch, yes, they are the exact same hitch. So these trucks that Hot Wheels are making with the trailer hitches will in fact hook up to all Matchbox convoys, and they snap in there exactly like that. They work universally between the two of them. They are using the exact same hitch. So that is a very cool feature. I'm very, very happy that they did that. I think it helps with the cross branding of the Hot Wheels and Matchbox worlds. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. Now here is the trailer. The base is all metal. So the base is all metal. It is relatively heavy. It is, of course, called the flip side hauler. So, of course, the side does flip up on both sides. So there is your flip side hauler. Kind of looks like it's wings in the back. And then the base, or the back, comes down. Some people thought that maybe these were magnetic closures, but that's just the pins for the doors. There's no magnetic closure for the door in the back. That looks pretty good. It is angled up, as you can see. So when you bring a model in there, which this doesn't, it's a little bit wide. The truck, or the car is a little bit wide. So the car does get stuck going through the opening. But once it gets in there, it does have little feet in there to keep the car from rolling backwards, which looks pretty good. And then, of course, you just put down your doors, which looks very, very good. And then you take your truck and you hook it in there. There you go. Just snaps right in there. Now it is in the package like this. It is pushed up inside the package. So if you're wondering if there's enough clearance to actually drive the truck and move it around, it's just to make it in the package. So it fits a little bit snugger. That is as far as it turns though. The truck cannot turn any further than that. Sorry about that. Just the way it's designed. So that's all you get. But it works. It functions. It does what it's supposed to do. I think it's a kind of a cool thing. It's like super, super wide. The truck's super, super wide, but I still think it looks kind of cool. So just kind of make a little bit of space here. I want this guy to be kind of front and centered. So put that guy right there. Get some boxes out of here. Some other stuff. All right, I got one really oddball item. This is obviously not premium. This is a Kijito Dodge D-Series truck. It says it has an opening hood. This is a Hong Kong base, non-toxic paints. There is the deets in the back there. Of course, Chrysler Motors Corporation. Looks pretty good. 1/50th scale. See, there is the deets there on the bottom. This is 1978. 1978 Kijito. So pretty cool to still have this in the box. Just slide this out ever so gently. Oop, there we go. So it is held in there. Look at that. Way back in the day, they used to do these things, and they just don't do them now. So we'll pull this guy out. There is our D-Series truck, which looks pretty good. Of course, you know, this is from the 70s and stuff, so it's a little bit odd. Not the most refined manufacturing details to it. There is the base detail on the side or on the back. Looks good. It's a plastic base, nothing fancy. It does have an opening hood, which is pretty nice. Some details down in there, nothing fancy. Amber window on there as well. So very, very cool piece. Very, very cool pickup from way back in the day, which is really, really cool. And the fact that it has a style of packaging that you can just put it back in there. Whoop, as you drop it all over the place, but you can put it back in there. There you go. That way you can enjoy it a little bit. If I can get the packaging in there correctly. Oh, man. Of course, it wasn't a nice box until I started destroying it. So there you go. So we'll just get this guy right there. So there you go. That is Diecast Haul episode 45. Lots of premium stuff, lots of good stuff. Wanted to get these 2-packs out of the way, get these haulers out of the way. I'm hoping at some point in time I can get the very last mix of Boulevard, very last mix of 2-packs, very last mix of haulers, and the very last mix of car culture, and do one whole wrap-up video for 2023, which would be kind of cool. But until that all happens, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Catch you next time here in Leveling.